you said to me, I have a secret. And I said, I love secrets.
Secret.
Please do tell. Um, and you said, I've written a lot of assessments and diagnostics that I've been sitting on for several years. And I said, that's interesting. How about you send me one? To which you said,
Oh, and I did.
oh,
I
I actually don't need to
I said,
send it to you.
"Yep." No, I think you said, "Oh, I'll do it." And I said, "You don't need
Right.
to. I've already ran the diagnostic on you."
Yes, which was both
That must have been a little bit, yeah,
terrifying,
weird.
weird, probably a little stronger than weird. Weird with like a side of terrifying or creepy. But, you seemed nice. Although at that point, I really didn't know you. And also, I thought you were a buttoned up Brit, which couldn't be further from the truth. So I said, okay, send me what you've got. And you sent it to me. And I guess I didn't really look at it until several hours later. And when I did, I was deeply disturbed in a good way because you
I
had
was gonna say,
nailed me
you
to
are
the
setting
wall.
this up. I was gonna say, you were setting this up with creepy, disturbed, and,
Well, I mean,
just
it
gonna
had a good ending. It had a good ending because we're here. But nevertheless, you nailed me to the wall. And you did it entirely based on public statements, which granted, I had made a lot of because of LinkedIn, but I had also just done my first podcast and it didn't go quite as well as I wanted it to. Um, and you nevertheless got the whole kit and caboodle of me just by analyzing that stuff, the stuff that was out there. And yeah, I was pretty blown away by it. So the other thing that you have to understand about me is that I curse, like, the F word was my first word. It's like very much a part of my vernacular. But I don't usually curse. I don't compound curse. So I don't do multiple curses in the same sentence unless I'm really driven to. Um, and this report that you gave me drove me to that because I called you at 1 o'clock in the morning. I did ask if you were asleep and you said you weren't. So I want to make sure that
it was 1 a.m. UK time.
I was very kind and considerate and that I texted you because I have to make up for the fact that I apparently ignored you for 4 days in the DMs. So I can be kind and considerate. I did text you and ask you if you were awake. You said you were. I picked up the phone and when you answered, I said, holy fucking shitballs. Do you know what you have here? And thus began the Coul and Gold Group. How's that?
That is like a reverse horror story.
Indeed.
We
It's the best
started with
kind.
creepy. We moved to disturb, we went to nailing someone on the wall, and then we come to the nice part. So yeah, just a reverse horror story.